just. All right. So, David already introduced me. I just want to talk about someone that like really, how do I say this? Really touches my heart, you could say. I mean, that's one. But the book really should give it away, but I want us to open to Judges 13:5. It says, "For behold, you shall conceive and bear a son. No razor shall come upon his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite to God from the womb, and he shall begin to save Israel from the hand of the Philistines." So I'm pretty sure y'all can guess who this is. You think so, Tolik? Okay, well, I'll tell you anyway. It's Samson. So, I just want to point out that from the start, God was with him. Like, he came down to his mother and said, like, the son will be, like, dedicated to God. Like, from the beginning, he was with God, stood with him. And then, Samson messed up a couple times. Only, nothing too big. But, in Judges 14:7, I gotta open it too. It says, "Then he went down and talked with the woman, and she was right in Samson's eyes." Just that verse. All right. What do we think? What do we think's wrong here? Well, yeah, he was right in Samson's eyes, but who said he was right, or she was right in God's eyes? Yeah, that's really something. Like, if y'all know the story, later on, there's a whole riddle, nothing too serious. And then, all the, what are they called? The other men at the wedding, basically forced his wife-to-be to give them the answer to the riddle. And eventually he had to pay up, and he did. He had to kill a lion. Not too big of a task, but I just want to like highlight the fact that he sinned, like took a wife that wasn't good in God's eyes, and then God still gave him strength to kill a lion. And you'd think this was the only example, but it's not. And in Judges 15:18. It says, "And he was very thirsty, and he called upon the Lord and said, 'You have granted this great salvation by the hand of your servant, and shall I die now of thirst and fall into the hands of the uncircumcised?'" So he just kills a bunch of Philistines, and he's thirsty. So at this point, he's questioning God, asking if he's really there for him. Which, I mean, I don't really think he has a place to talk, but I mean, he's speaking. And then I think I didn't write it down, but I think it's later on in this chapter. Samson's in some city, and then he was with a prostitute, and a bunch of men found out he was in the city, and they all surrounded him, ambushed him. You could say whatever. And he basically walked up to the gates, lifted them up, and carried them up the hill. So he's sinning for the third time, and yet God still gave him strength to keep going. And like, at this point, I don't even think he should have that strength anymore. But I mean, but I really want you to think about a time where like you've been unfaithful and God was still with you. Anything? Yeah, okay. There you go, Tolik. But I know I can think of one. A couple months ago, I was not in a good place. I was skipping school, not listening to the mother and father. That's the big one. I wasn't at home at all. I was not doing too good. But it's funny actually. That very same day, I was skipping school, right? And I got caught, and I got a in-school suspension. But later on, I had football lifting, right? And the coach walks up to me, and he says that the other people on like the leadership council voted me to be a leader. So I was kind of shocked because I didn't know if he saw my track record. But yeah, that's one moment. Pretty near and dear to my heart. Yeah, that's all I got.